So this show and this character's not going to get given a fuck about after the show, and I am falling madly head over heels with this show.
Yeah, same.
It's the least superhero-y thing that Marvel has ever done, and it's one of the best things they've ever done.
Yep. And I think the reason why is is because they have put so much care into these characters and just putting them in the most wild situations.
This feels like it was made in the 90s and not 2020.
I would even say at the very latest, it feels like an early 2000s sitcom.
Yeah, it's like I genuinely burst out laughing when they have the fight scene. And then Trevor's like, "Do you or don't you have super speed?" And it cuts to the Wonder Man logo, and they're just sitting in the car. That title card scratch, like screeching halt, was so fucking funny. And I just one thing that I can't remember the actor's name, the guy who plays Simon. I'm blanking on what his name
Oh,
is.
Yahya Abdul Mateen the second.
Yeah, he is so good at playing a neurotic weirdo. Like his body movements, his tensing, everything. Like you could just feel in every moment that this dude is just not comfortable no matter where he is. Like he is at a 14 out of 10 on the tension meter at all times.
Oh yeah, and I even like um, Trevor's attempt to calm him down by using box breathing.
Box breathing. Is that a real thing or did they just make that shit up?
I feel like that's a real thing, but it's also just like it's just silly enough to be made up. But
Yeah.
the fact is like Ben Kingsley is so like confident in what he's saying that even if it was fake, he made it sound real.
Oh, absolutely. Like somehow they're making more out of Trevor Slattery in this show than they did in Iron Man 3.
Which I appreciate.
Like the more they've gotten more use out of him being the Mandarin in this show for writing purposes. Like he showed up again in other things, but like in Shang-Chi he was just kind of there to be there. But this they're actually like driving the show forward because he was the Mandarin. And I never would have thought in a million years that it'd be like, we're making another TV show and Trevor Slattery is going to be one of the main characters in it. Like in the advertisement for this show, I didn't even know Trevor was in it. When I say this is one of the least advertised things they've ever done, I mean it. And it's one of the best things they've ever done. And almost no one's going to watch it. Like, if this would have came out after WandaVision, you're like, hey, this thing is an experimental, kind of fun side thing that doesn't mean a ton, but we wanted to just have fun with something and it involves whatever. This to me would be getting talked about a lot more because people would have actually given a shit about it to watch it.
Yeah, unfortunately, because of how late it's coming out after the deluge of shows that we've gotten over the past couple years, it kind of feels like it feels like a show that's just kind of been written off.
It does. And I do appreciate that they're again in a very 90s slash early 2000s sitcom style of way being like, hey, I wonder if Trevor's gonna betray Simon. We're gonna show the Barnaby sides where the Wonder Man sides where Barnaby betrays him, and then we're gonna have a guy attempting to steal a dude's motorcycle because he betrayed him on a business deal.
Yeah, on the one hand, they're kind of laying on the betrayal a bit too thick, but also it's still executed well.
It's executed well because it's a very comedic episode. If this would have been stuck in one of the serious episodes, then it would have felt weird. But this episode was so clearly meant to be extremely comedic, like from the jump,
Mm-hmm.
that it fit perfectly. How they use tone in this show is just awesome, and it doesn't feel like this episode shouldn't be in there, even though it's been a slapstick comedy from the very start, and that's none of what the other episodes are.
Yeah, I think that's what makes this episode great. Is it feels like tonally so distant, but also we've just fallen in love with these characters so much that it all just kind of comes together.
Yeah, it's one of the few times to where in Marvel where the character is just, it's not like you're watching it because it's got the IP. It's, God, how do I want to explain this? You could throw them into any situation and you would like it because you're not watching it for that situation. You're watching it
For the characters.
for the characters in the situation. Like Iron Man 3, you're expecting or Iron Man, you're expecting Iron Man villains to show up. You're expecting Robert to or Tony to respect in certain ways. No, it's just kind of like, what are you actually going to have them do this time? The setting is just dressing at this point for who they are. In Captain America movies, you expect the same kind of tone and other things every time. Now it's just, no, I don't care what you do as long as these two are in it. Like, it's very much bordering on Monster of the Week type of things, except it's just kooky situation of the week, which even most sitcoms don't do nowadays. It's kind of the same overdone joke every single week, just in a different font.
Yeah.
But no, each episode feels like a genuine different situation that you're just enjoying seeing these two struggle through.
I also like how we get like a brief scene of the guy from the Department of Damage Control just being a workaholic.
Yeah, and how they're like actually just trying to work things out, and how he's actively, which is going to get worse for them because they're not going to put up with Trevor not cooperating for long. But yeah, it's really good. I really like the show. I'm actively getting more irritated how much I like the show and knowing full well there's nothing going to do with it, because like this is one that like they keep saying shit about it happening, but Hawkeye's probably never getting another season. Like this one, I could deal after he gets the Wonder Man thing, where like I'm imagining that's going to be the only fight scene we see in this entire show.
Probably. And it's not even going to be a real fight scene. It's just going to be on the film set.
Yeah, I don't even know if we're going to see that. Like him, but like barely knowing how to fight, dealing with some drug dealers, I think might be the only physical altercation we see Simon get in.
Probably.
And I'm fine with that. Like, I've like not watching the show wanting to see the superhero be a superhero. I could not give a rat's ass less about the Wonder Man half of this person. That is not something I've watched a Marvel property for. I want to watch only his civilian identity.
This is actually something kind of rare, where like the fact that Wonder Man is a superhero is like completely irrelevant to Simon's character.
Yeah, it's not even Simon's trying to get in the movie of being Wonder Man. Like, he's not him. That's what's like, the alter ego hasn't been achieved. You're watching a 8-episode long origin story of a character who technically has the powers but doesn't. And he's not even trying to be a superhero, he's just literally trying to be an actor. It's very weird. It's his alter ego trying to get another alter ego when it isn't his alter ego. Or his civilian identity. He's never tried. It's so weird. You have a superhero show about a guy who's never tried to be a superhero. And it's one of the best things they've ever made. Oh, yeah. God, I'm gonna be. I hope they make a. Like, they've been releasing some of the things like WandaVision and whatever in steelbooks, like collectibles, Blu-rays. Like, this is the first one where, like, I genuinely want to own this. Like, you could not. You could not have any fucking relevance to the MCU other than, like, someone having to explain for 2 minutes who the Mandarin was, and you could enjoy this entire show.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do you got anything else?
Um, just again to reiterate what we said in the last episode, Marvel should do more just like one-off things like Wonder Man.
They really should. The spotlight thing needs to happen, and like the more I know, I said it last episode, but my God, that Black Mirror idea. Someone in the ether clip that and put it out in the world, because my God, that could be some of the best things they do. I know it'll never happen because they don't have someone that cares enough to go into that to make this kind of kooky of an episodes, but you made one for this and it was really good. It was really good. Yeah, so we're a little over halfway, and yeah, that's all I got. So Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube at Renegade Pop Culture or Organoid Zero. Yeah. Find us on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Absolutely. You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. If you were into cosplaying and such like that and convention going, you could look at my Instagram over at Organoid Zero as well. That's where all that is kept. Until next time, we will see you all later.